fabulous home, heaps of bedrooms. We got the home that we really wanted, but we weren't using all of the rooms. And the kitchen, I found the kitchen was in the wrong part of the house. Everybody congregated in the back of the house where the view and the gorgeous rooms were at the front of the house. So it was our dream to move the kitchen to the centre of the house. And in so doing, we needed to demolish this whole back area. Get rid of all of the old, the roof was wrong, the floor was bouncy, and we got what we wanted. So my dream, I guess, was to have a kitchen that allowed integration between the back and the front of the house and a flow.
So the architect had originally specified brick veneer, and it was Matt Carty who actually first mentioned Hebel, and he explained that it was a much better building product. He did mention that it was probably going to be more expensive initially, but he also explained that that would save a lot of time during the construction process, which actually it did. 8 weeks out of a 6-month build, and we were lucky because in that time we got a ton of rain. We would have been delayed for sure. So that was a really, really significant saving because we were renting while we were renovating. So if you're saving 8 weeks rent, that's quite a significant saving, which largely offset the cost of using Hebel, plus all the ongoing benefits.
It's noticeable how much warmer the room has remained now, even though we get battered by southerly winds when there's a huge southerly blowing, and we get no sun in the backyard. But in the summer, what we've noticed, and we moved here just before Christmas, so we got to experience the full summer, and the sun sets in the west and streams in through those back windows. Before, we couldn't sit in this room without sweltering. It was just such an uncomfortable experience. Now it's really noticeable how much more even the temperature remains throughout the year. It rises a little bit in the summer and it drops a little bit in the winter, but we don't have those huge variances we had before, which is fantastic.
With the better insulation, certainly we've noticed already our energy costs are lower. I mean, we don't have to cool it in summer as much as we did, and in fact we haven't even air conditioned downstairs.
Yeah, the floors and the walls are somewhere between 200 and 250 mil thick. Yes, there's no bounce in the floor whatsoever. The sound acoustics are fantastic in here. I feel safe. I feel as though I'm in a solid building now, where before we felt quite vulnerable, didn't we, to the elements?
Yeah. I mean, I think it's noticeable that the whole house is warmer and cooler.
Mm-hmm. For people who are interested in trying to make as little an impact on the environment as possible, it is fabulous. And our daughter in particular is incredibly interested and fascinated about how to create a smaller footprint on the planet. That was another attraction of Hebel for us as well, because it had sustainability properties, and it seemed to tick a lot of energy efficiency boxes for us. So it certainly was another appealing factor of using Hebel over more traditional methods.
Yeah. But our place here is very traditional, and it worked just as well here. So I think, whether you're building in a contemporary style or more traditional, it works great. And the other thing that works really well is the fact that, the rest of the house is brick veneer, and it's blended perfectly. You can't tell from the outside or the inside where the old house ends and the new house begins. So I suppose I look more at the commercial aspects, and
I looked at the design aspects.
Yeah.